Hey, how you doing? It's Cindy Sharp with the morning sunrise service, or as I like to say, the Weather Channel here in Pacific Grove, California. Well, as you can see, as I'm doing my weather, here's a little tidbit. I always wanted to be a weather girl, so hey, maybe that's why every time I do sunrise service, we're having foggy days. But you can see it's lifted quite a bit, and we have a beautiful, beautiful ocean behind us that is just bringing in the love this morning. And talk about bringing in the love, amore. Anybody like that song? I love that song by Dean Martin. Am I dating myself? Probably. Okay, so let's get started. Here's the scoop. I wanted to share today a couple of things that I thought would just be, a little bit of inner perspective things that maybe would help others to jump out of their box or jump out of their bed in the morning and decide that they're going to have a loving day. So, this is about loving yourself up. It's about starting your day right. It's about really being empowered with the beautiful, wonderful day that you have ahead of you. And we often look at all the little things that are going to go wrong. We often look at what's the struggle, what's the challenge, or oh my gosh, I have to do this today, or oh dear, it's going to be a long day, or oh, I didn't get a good enough sleep. All these things that go through our brain. Sometimes, in the first 10 minutes when we get out of bed. So how do we get out of bed in the morning and really just jump out of our box? So one of the things I wanted to chat with you about today was the fact that I was born with a birth defect. And the fact is, I didn't really want to do video. That's a real fact. And here's why. Because one, I was a little afraid. Two, I'm too fat. These are all the things I told myself. I'm a little afraid. I'm too fat. I have a birth defect. See, I have one hand smaller than the other. I was born with something called Poland syndrome. You're born with, typically, there's many things you could be born with, but you're born with one of your extremities smaller than the other and a congenital radical mastectomy. So, we got crooked things going on. There's all sorts of reasons. I've said to myself for a long time, I don't want to put myself on video. I'm not somebody that somebody's going to listen to. And, I think that when we start our day in the morning, that when we have thoughts, and look, it's not because I have a birth defect. A birth defect really has nothing to do with it. The birth defect just happens to be this amazing being that I am. But I don't get to be this amazing being that I am and share myself with others and share my love to myself unless I step out of the bed in the morning with a little self-acceptance and a lot of self-love. So when you get up and you jump up to this beautiful life, what do you do to make sure that some of your first thoughts of the day, some of your first energy of the day, some of the first, I'm moving forward in a new day. What do you do to just look at and make sure that it's loving you and that you're making a choice for loving you? And when I decided I was going to do this, it wasn't about, is anybody going to watch my videos? It was, what can I do to love myself more? What can I push through? What am I a little afraid of? What can I do to love myself more? And this is what I know. Getting up in the morning with a great attitude, getting outside in the morning, and as well, accepting who I am and putting myself on video. There's nothing like self-acceptance by watching yourself on video. I got to tell you, if you have any struggle with, loving yourself up, put yourself on video and watch it over and over again and start watching it with those thoughts of, what's beautiful about me? What's amazing about me? What things about me do I love the most? Don't look at the critical eye. Look through the loving eye. So today, in this beautiful sunrise service where we love you up at Lovers Point here in Pacific Grove, California. Do you know where Pacific Grove is? I'll share that on my next video because it's kind of a really neat place. You might want to come visit. Anyway, in this time together, what I'd like you to think of is, how do I get myself up in the morning to greater love for myself? I have to say it's a really good question to ask yourself. If you wake up every morning, your first thought is, did I get a good night's sleep? Your first thought is, what's my to-do list for today? Your first thought is, how am I going to do this big thing that I have to do? And those are your first thoughts, your first energy that you're putting into your day. Then you're putting in resistance of your day before you get to your day, right? So how do you love up your day before you get there? What can you say or do or feel about yourself that gets you out doing videos in the morning or whatever it is your thing? You know, that puts your birth defect right on out to the world. You know, we all have something. We all have something we don't like about ourselves. You don't have to be born with a birth defect. It's all up here. But shift to here. Shift to here. Okay, that's the sunrise service for the morning. I'm going to step away and just leave you with a couple seconds of this beautiful sounding ocean. Maybe you want to close your eyes and just listen.